So we learned that the co-conspirator's father, before he had this position as official, he was a common man, and he married a woman of that status. Well, once he became official and got a higher status, his mother was disappointed with her daughter-in-law, and he decided to gain more concubines to fit his status, leaving his wife, who already birthed him 3 children, and when she was pregnant with the 4th, ended up dying at childbirth with the child. I think it was the 4th child, I'm not sure. Well, his eldest son, who is the co-conspirator's brother, was very disappointed in his father, disappointed in his grandmother, disappointed with everyone in the household, and didn't want anything to do with them after the death of his mother, and left and became a merchant. Over time, him and his brother gained a better relationship and together worked together to try to take down their father. That's what I can tell, that they worked together to rid themselves of their father. So the co-conspirator's father was leading the rebellion, supposedly using the main character as a face, but he actually wanted the throne for himself, not for the main character, which the main character already knew. He knew they would get rid of him the moment they got him on the throne. No, he wanted the throne for himself. And you're like, but wait, he's not royal blood. I'm like, yes, he is. He is actually royal blood. He is a child of the emperor's grandfather. His mother had fallen in pregnant with the emperor's child, the late emperor's child, the emperor's grandfather. And, didn't get brought into the harem, didn't get a status for, birthing a child. The main character's father took care of her until she disappeared. He never knew what happened to her and the child. But yeah, the co-conspirator is actually related to the main character. He's related to the emperor. That's why when the main character was talking with the chancellor and he was bringing up hints about the, co-conspirators and emperor's relationship, because he thought they had relations together, and he's like, don't worry, they don't have relations. It's not what you and a lot of people think, like how people thought the main character and the co-conspirator was in a relationship. People thought the emperor and the co-conspirator was in a relationship, but they're not. They were actually related. They related. The main character confesses to the co-conspirator again. He confesses out his feelings. He wanted to be with the co-conspirator, like he was laying it out, and the co-conspirator again stomps on his heart. And this is before he reveals to the main character he is actually related to the main character. And I was like, this dude, he has bad luck. He has literally bad luck. He literally confesses to somebody twice, gets dumped, and again confesses to another person, gets dumped. It's like a mess. Literally, he has bad luck with love. He's too much of a romantic, and he's just a loser when it comes to love. So the main character and the chancellor sit down and actually have a discussion of what happened during the period of time the chancellor was trying to capture him in his schemes. A scheme in a scheme on a scheme on a scheme, like it was schemes. He even the chancellor reveals that he helped the main character fake his death without the main character knowing. That was technically the emperor revealed it. Like, he helped, because he had found it really suspicious how easy it was to capture the main character, but yet they barely had any evidence, even with the help of the co-conspirator and the barter worker and the evidence they collected. There was still no evidence to tie the main character to the rebellion at all. Like, the main character seemed to be very innocent without real evidence to actually tie him to it. And the fact that the main character literally was writing his confession, signing it, and taking all the blame started looking a little too suspicious. Like, even the chancellor admits that the, whole stabbing situation, the main character getting stabbed for him was set up by him and the co-conspirator. Not to get the main character closer to the chancellor, but for the chancellor to get close to the main character, where the main character thought the co-conspirator set it up to help him. It was actually to help the chancellor. Like, it was a mess. Like, the main character's being tied, twisted and turned in circles by everyone around him. So the emperor gives the main character a drug. Now, the main character thinks this drug is to kill him. The main character has plans to go abroad, continue his work abroad. He feels like everyone will feel more safe and sound if he was gone, because he feels like everyone just despises him, hates him, distrusts him, especially the emperor. So he plans to go abroad and stay away. But when the emperor gives him a drug, he thinks the emperor is drugging him to kill him, and that the person the emperor gifted him to send him abroad was actually someone leading him to his, gravesite that the emperor built for him. He thinks he's going to die. He thinks the drug is going to take a few days to set in. And the emperor kind of hints to it too, saying it's going to take a few days before he dies. And the main character is going to be like, well, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. A few days. And like, he even weeps to the chancellor over it because he escaped the chancellor, but the chancellor caught up with him again. And he's like, I'm going to die now, only to awaken and find out he did not die in the chancellor's arms. Instead, the drug that the emperor gave him was just a, hangover drug, like help him with his alcohol because he was hangover. That entire time, he thought the emperor was plotting to kill him, and in actuality, the emperor just wanted to help him. The emperor even handed him a note that was handed from the servant to the chancellor to the main character, and the note said, I always trusted you, but you never trusted me. And I'm like, really? Like, did you really ever trust him? Like, I guess it was because the main character's own distrust towards the emperor, when he thought the emperor distrusted him, caused the frictions, but like, it's still messy. I can tell you. It's messy.